Well, good morning. I think before we get started with this morning service, at least I know I need to take a minute to take a deep breath in and a long exhale out. If you'd like to join me. Here we go. Let's just breathe in. And just let it all out. And to start our service off, we have a very timely reminder I needed to hear this morning from Louis Armstrong. What a wonderful world.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you. All right, so let me just rearrange my things here. Sorry. Too many pockets. It's not a problem I normally have. I don't know how familiar you are with women's wear, but usually too many pockets is not a problem. But our next song is going to be God is My Source. It's a very energetic one, so, clap, stomp your feet, dance. Maybe it's a little early for dancing. I don't think so, but do whatever moves you.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, yeah. Love is my power. Love gives me everything So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Thank you. Your voices and your energy are my source of my power this morning, so thank you.
And thank you to Marco Reed and Mila Shadel. And I welcome each and every one of you to our celebration of the good, the true, and what is real about who we are as beings on this earth. So this is our celebration today. Thank you for coming. My name is Bobbi Konefal-Shaer. I'll be your service leader today. And I wanted to remind you that we see the world as a spiritually awakened place, overflowing with divine love. Because we are an inclusive, loving community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. So I think we're about to sing another song, huh?
The rumors are true. We're about to sing another song. All right, this one is Sing When the Spirit Says Sing.
You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. Sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta clap when the Spirit says clap. You gotta clap when the Spirit says clap. When the Spirit says clap, you gotta clap right along. Clap when the Spirit says clap. You gotta jump when the Spirit says jump. You gotta jump when the Spirit says jump. When the Spirit says jump, you gotta jump right along. Jump when the Spirit says jump. You gotta swim when the Spirit says swim. You gotta swim when the Spirit says swim. When the Spirit says swim, you gotta swim right along. Swim when the Spirit says swim. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta dance right along. Dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. Sing when the Spirit says sing. I said sing when the Spirit says sing.
So I'm hoping that those of you who are at home see our enthusiasm, because sometimes here in person, we've got some great things going on, and the Spirit said dance, so There was dancing, yes. So we're at that portion of our service where we reflect on how amazing we are. And we know that we each contain a piece of God, that spark of divinity within, that place that we gain our power from, our source, our goodness. And there's a lot of other stuff that happens in our lives too, but let's reflect right now on that light, that inner light, as we light our Christ candle and say our principles. And God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. And now, as every other Unity Center on the planet right now is going to read the daily word, we shall too, yeah? So sit back and know that this is not just us, but everyone who's following the Unity train of thought, and a good one that is thinking today about passion. My purpose fuels my passion. That's our affirmation for today. Purpose sets my heart aflame with passion. Each day I awaken ready to answer the call of my heart, to give my best results and fullest attention to purposeful activity. Passion is the energy I bring to everything I do. I discover the glory of God through passion. As I do the things that make me feel the most alive, that fill me with energy and zeal and color the world with hope and promise, I recognize the divine presence behind it all. God is the source of all the passion I feel and the purpose that drives me. My passion is not for me alone. The life energy that radiates from me inspires those around me to live a life of purpose and passion, to boldly express their divinity as only they can. And our quote is from Peter: "Whoever speaks must do so as one speaking the very words of God. Whoever serves must do so with the strength that God supplies." And our affirmations that we'll repeat 3 times. My purpose fuels my passion. My purpose fuels my passion. My purpose fuels my passion. And now we recall, in blessing the children, that we were each a child one time. And it may seem like a long time ago, but we get these glimmers of what it was like when we were children. Whether those memories are really, really wonderful, or maybe not so much. Let us realize that what we strive to do is plant the seed of awareness of that divinity within to every child that we encounter, so that the world, through us, encounters every child as a child of God, as a purposeful, passionate human being that will complete a function, a wonderful rainbow of life in their lives. And just as we know that we've collected some maybe negative thinking and attitudes and habits along the way, let us not be that for that child. Let us strive to be the source of stroking that child in wondrous ways so that they can find their God self when they most need it. And as we don't have a physical child here today, there won't be a Sunday school service, but we see those children that we will encounter, in fact, very soon on Halloween, right? And we see them filled with love and God's purpose. And now our announcements. So you may remember that at our fundraising party not that long ago, some of our Unity members offered to host fundraising events throughout the year. All of the proceeds will benefit the spiritual community here at the Unity Center. These events have been scheduled for the upcoming months, and so there's still time to sign up for some of these and join in the fun and the fellowship. So if you're interested in participating in any of these events, and I think they're posted for us here, but let me explain them. Coming up very soon, Saturday, October 30th, at 11 o'clock, 11 till 1, is forest bathing with our good friend Ronnie Weiss. So if you want to come and take a walk in the forest, I believe they're meeting at Frick Park, and please contact Ronnie for where and exactly what place you'll stand before you start that bathing walk. And that will require a donation to the church of $10. And a great big announcement that we're really pleased about and proud to announce is that on Saturday, November 6th, there will be a concert, a benefit concert right here from 7 to 9. That's a Saturday night. Musical concert here at Unity Center of Pittsburgh featuring the songs and the spirit of David Hawkins. And David's in our audience today. It's so good to see you. And he'll be singing his wonderful songs that include hope and love and life. And through it all, the spirit of the divine. And that's also a suggested donation of $10 payable at the event. So take a look at our website for other fundraising related ideas and participate in our own fellowship. Let's do things together that are kind of fun and that benefit our center. So it is. We're still looking for some greeters. The sign-up sheet is out there in the lobby. Those greeters really make a difference. They help things run more smoothly when there is a greeter. And it's a smile that you receive when you walk in the door. It's great. Alrighty. This is the time now that we would move into our personal intentions and prayer. And frequently it's been a prayer of healing or a prayer of projected goodness for those of us that we know who might need our support. So I invite us to just get a little bit still and picture those who are in need of prayer. Let their names come to mind. Surround them with divine love. Hold them in your loving thoughts and see them healed, ever functional, employed, housed, educated, whatever it is they seek. And of course, let us include us in this basket of goodness. So let's hold ourselves to these same measures of health, prosperity, opportunity, goodness. For we know they are our birthright. We, who are children of God, get all these goodies. We don't need to go door to door. They're ours, if we would just claim them. So as we continue to see our friends and our family members and the children in our lives blessed, healed, and whole, let us move into our next song.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening.
That spirit of being open, find yourselves seated on your chair as we get ready for meditation. Notice the seat beneath you and your feet flat on the ground. Find a stable place for your arms and your hands. And take a sigh. And maybe another breath and let it go. Because as the song said, we are opening to the love of God. And let's start by loving ourselves. So I invite you to focus on that heart center. Feel that heart beating and opening in a very loving way to our own selves. For Jesus said, honor thyself, love thyself before you can love others. We are free to have this opening. So let this heart beat freely in a very loving way to you, its recipient. If there are rough edges or judgments that you've pulled into your life experiences today, let this loving presence smooth them. nurture you. Allow you to know that you are whole and wonderful. As we soul search for this moment, we know that our obstacles are mostly our own. So we let this heart opening smooth the way, moving through us in loving ways. We let the concerns, anything that holds us back, anything that curtails our freedom to be who we are, we give it over to the divine as we pray for guidance and for peace. So let us breathe deeply and send light and love to our hearts. Let us strive to relax as our heart's closed spaces open. As we shine the light of acceptance to the darkened corners of our souls. And let's breathe into that as we strive to add breath and light to every hiding space. We are good. We are enough. Each of us is whole, and there is nothing else that we need to express that divinity. So we release all feelings of shame or heavy burdens that might include guilt or pain. We let them go. They do not serve. As we begin to see ourselves as free, and as we realize ourselves as being free, the love moves through us, bringing messages of what might be next, connecting us to our source of passion. Allowing us to know that we are vital and that our service is part of this world, which, once we move into that flow, comes back and blesses us. For we are all the blessed children of universal light and love. So let us focus once again on that heart opening and feel the love moving through. Opening. Nurturing. Moving through every part of our beings in loving, understanding ways. notice how it feels when that love is given to self first. Notice that it fills us up. And allows us to be ready to spill forth in loving ways into the rest of our lives. So as we pull forth those final breaths in this meditation, feel the goodness that's innately you. Feel the love that is you, welling and rippling up, calming jangled nerves, smoothing others' expectations into little and littler ripples of nothingness. For we are free to be ourselves. The amazing children of an absolutely loving God. So as we feel ourselves in the chair, notice our feet on the floor. Perhaps move your hands into a prayerful stance right at your heart. And through the skin of your fingers, feel that heart beating. And ready to express the real you, that beloved child of God. And it may help to turn up the corners of your mouth as you open your eyes and come back to this world. And so it is. Remind me. Yes, we're going to hear from our duo, and it's reminding us.
Been without for so long, forgot what it feels like. Been in the darkness till you came along, showed me the daylight, yeah. And now I'm trying so hard, but I can't shake it, shake it. Ooh, no. Oh no, I can't shake the memory. I can't fake it, fake it, fake it, fake it. Ooh, you remind me of something. You remind me of something. Something that I used to feel myself. Something that I used to feel. Like a heartbeat racing, like a new beginning. You remind me of something else. Something that I used to feel. Something like what I've been missing. Something like what I've been missing. Oh, something like what I've been missing. Oh, so long I didn't know the difference till you came around to remind me of what I've been missing. Been asleep inside the stream. I'm trying to wake up, waiting for something to come and rescue me. Give me a reason, yeah. And now I'm trying so hard, but I can't shake it, shake it. Ooh, no. Oh no, I can't shake the memory. I can't fake it, fake it, fake it, fake it. Ooh, you remind me of something. You remind me of something. Something that I used to feel myself. Something that I
Thank you. Thank you. And now I have the privilege of introducing our good friend Vince Lisi, who comes to us from Youngstown, Ohio, who always inspires and gets us thinking and feeling. I understand this is more feeling today. Vince is going to talk to us about the power of love. Vince?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity of being able to address you this morning in your service. And may I say the opportunity to address the dear members, the dear ones of Unity of Pittsburgh. Let me also say that I feel exceptionally chipper this morning, so watch out. Not quite sure what's coming, but it'll be fun. I also want to begin just with a little comment. Every Sunday morning, whether here in Youngstown or for Pittsburgh, between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, I sit down and I do a half-hour's meditation, just simply allowing the fullness of life to flow through me. Might be the reason why I feel pretty chipper here this morning. You'll see where that fits in a little bit later on. In last month's teaching, I focused on the primacy of love, which I firmly believe is the natural state of our being once we move beyond the noise of the world. The teaching culminated in that wonderful, inspiring words of Jesus from A Course in Miracles when he said ever so clearly, "Teach only love, for that is what you are." Teach only love, for that is what you are. So powerful. I truly believe that we are able to achieve this state, and not only to achieve it, but to hold it consistently, because it truly is our all-the-time sense of self. In order to achieve it, however, we need a little guidance, mutual support, especially for members of Unity of Pittsburgh, and especially a little work on our parts. Thus, today's teaching is the potency or the power of love. The power of love. I encourage you to take some appropriate notes, but most of all, to take the time to be able to receive this power of love into our lives. So today what I'll do is I'll begin with a personal example, then focus on where love is not found, focus on where it is found, and then conclude with 3 practical applications. First, my experience. Several years ago, someone just casually asked me a question. The question was rather interesting because, well, it caught me off guard because I had really never thought about it. But the answer was even more surprising to me for 2 reasons. First, the answer came immediately without me having to think about it. And secondly, the answer is just as true today as it was several years ago. So here is the question. What do you do for fun? Now, honestly, that question really did catch me off guard. But my answer, which came immediately after the question, surprised me as well. Now, again, the question, what do you do for fun? My answer, this is exactly what I said. I meditate. That's what I do for fun. It was the immediacy of the answer that surprised even me. I really didn't have to think about it. It was very clear to me that the most fun I have in life is going within and knowing, feeling that presence within me. The most fun I have is when I meditate, when I go to that inner presence. Over the years, this notion of fun has simply grown with the practice of going within as I grew in my meditation. I am the happiest when I go within. I am the most content. How about you? Just the most content. All is well. I feel better. I see things more clearly. And going within is simply the funnest thing that I do. Now, a brief follow-up. Many people in our groups often ask me, don't you ever get tired of doing so many weekly meetings, numbering around 14 at this time? My response is no. I don't get tired of doing so because the substance of each meeting always focuses on the inner you, the inner me. And such a focus on what is going on within me, well, quite frankly, gives me the most pleasure in life. It's the funnest thing I do. I leave each meeting, sometimes 3 in a day, with a sense of that higher inner vibration. I do. I do the meetings because they provide for me the most fun in my life. Now, I'm not just saying that. I just want to tell you, that's why I do the meetings. They're just the most fun. Not that other things are not fun in their proper situations, but to do meetings and to be with others in the spirit is the most fun. Well, with this experience of fun in mind, let me now, in a sense, focus on a couple of things as we focus more fully on the power, the potency of love. As I said in last month's teaching, the power of love that we directly experience is just such a wonderful, wonderful notion in our lives. The power of love comes from that primacy of love. So therefore, it is very important to know where to look for that primacy of love in your life, so that you might experience the power of that love in your life. There are 2 places that most people look which will never give them what they're looking for. It'll never really help them to find that primacy of love. The first place of non-finding where most people look is outside of themselves, because, well, that's what we've been trained to do. And you try to look at what can you find outside of yourself. Maybe a relationship. That's a big one. Maybe a job, money, maybe all 3. Or just kind of trying to find the so-called good life. Many of you have clearly come to understand that the temporary happinesses that such living brings usually ends up in a sense of disappointment, or maybe not being all that it's cracked up to be. And then, what do? Well, when that initial happiness seems to fade for most people, well, they'll try again. How many times have you tried another relationship? Not just honestly. How many times have you tried another relationship? Another job? Try again, try again, try again. Always realizing that every time you try again, the effort ends up in futility. What becomes extremely important for us is whenever we try to look for love in all the wrong places, namely outside of ourselves in the world, we're never going to find that something. But there's also another place where you're not going to find love. Please listen attentively. That other place that you're not going to find love is your own little inner world. What makes the little you happy? Or more properly stated, what makes that little human personality self happy? Now, many times someone will ask you a question, are you happy? Are you happy? Some people respond by saying, well, kind of happy, because no one wants to say that they're not happy. But realistically, internally, the result of looking to the little inner you is the same as looking to the external seeking. The person ends up dissatisfied because the little inner you cannot give you any more happiness than external seeking. That's a pretty big conclusion to come to. The little inner you, no matter how auspicious things seem to be, will never give you any more happiness than looking externally. Thus, one must refocus. And this is what many of us have done. You and I. We have gone further within. We have gone beyond that little inner me. And we have moved to that bigger sense of self that is connected to our God Spirit. We have learned to go within all the way. We have learned to meditate. We have learned to enter the silence. And we have learned to allow the silence regularly to speak to us. We have learned consciously that our God being speaks to each one of us, and when it does so, the God being within you speaks to the primacy of love. We know that the truth of Jesus' words, teach only love, for that is what you are, is more and more who we are. We know that such love, when applied, works all the time. That's the power of it. We know that such love is the only thing that feels right all the time. And maybe someday we all will agree that going within is what we do for fun. From this primacy of love and the power that it generates in our lives, we're now ready to talk about this deeper power within us. And may I suggest the 3 practical results that show the power of love once we have established its primacy within ourselves. Here we go. The first reason why we were able to live in this love, I think, is because once we enter it, it's too uncomfortable not to be in it consistently. When you take a look at yourself, and if you find yourself being snitty or snarly, or you begin to drift into a lower energy, don't you quickly come to understand that you are disappointing yourself? You realize, well, you're just not being true to yourself. You quickly realize that life is not doing anything to you. Rather, you are doing things to yourself. You are doing things to yourself, and you're no longer having any fun. It's true, is it not? I caution you to watch what I call drifting in your life. Drifting away from daily meditation. Drifting away from your true self. Drifting into the snarls of life because, well, you've drifted away from your center. No one has to tell you this anymore. You know when you are drifting. You know when you're cruising for that proverbial bruising. It's just too uncomfortable not to love. It's no fun. Haven't you found this time and time again? Let's now advance to that second practical consideration of learning to live life with the power of love. The second consideration deals with others. Many of you have said quite well that you do pretty well when all you have to consider is yourself. It's just a lot easier to keep yourself in line. The hard part is dealing with others in life circumstances. So let's address dealing with others, especially when they seem to be saying or doing hurtful things to you. And let's consider these comments from two perspectives. The second one is more important of the two, but here's the first one. Most of you know pretty well by now that when a person makes a hurtful comment to you or does something hurtful, certainly unprovoked by you, you really begin to realize that that person is hurting themselves. They are simply stuck in their own drama, and they certainly do not need defensive or offensive comments from you to make their situations worse. As A Course in Miracles states so well, such hurting people, when they make such words and comments, actions and gestures, are really calling for love and openness. They're really calling for love and union. You know that pretty well by now. And I applaud so many of you, because you don't take things personally anymore. You are not caught anymore in other people's dramas. Bravo. Bravo to you. You can love them, you can understand them, but you're no longer caught. But it's the second aspect that is even more important. The second aspect of not being caught concerns the law of allowing. The law of allowing, presented in that wonderful book by the Hickses entitled The Law of Attraction. In essence, the law of allowing states that each soul is on their own journey. Learning this lesson is absolutely necessary for our soul's development. Let me explain. What I think many of us are able to do now is we are able to recognize this law of allowing, acknowledging that each soul is growing itself, just as your soul is advancing in your experience of life. Accepting this law of allowing is such an important understanding to have. Much, if not most, of what another is experiencing, most of what they're experiencing has nothing to do with you. Just as much of what you're experiencing doesn't have a whole lot to do with others. Oh my gosh, so important to understand this. The other is just the background, the venue, the foil for you to advance. Learning this lesson is such an important practical aspect of the power of love. We are helping each other, not antagonizing each other. Such is the power of love, which knows its place in the soul development of others and of ourselves. Such is the power of love that knows the proper role of the soul in the development of another as well as within ourselves. Wow. We are now ready for the third practical aspect of the power of love. This third aspect is a beautiful lesson taught by many, many, many who have had near-death experiences. And in those near-death experiences, there are two absolutely important messages. The first part of their message, love reigns supreme in the there, beyond earth life. Love reigns supreme in the there, beyond earth life. Love reigns supreme into the there when you pass into it. You know this. You know this. But oftentimes the noise of our present life situation gets in the way. Thus it's important. It's very important to know the second lesson taught by the near-death experiencers. This is the second lesson. What you take with you from here on earth as you pass into the there is the love that you have. What you take with you from here to there is the love that you have. This love is experienced in your thoughts and in your emotions and your sense of self. This is what you take with you, whether in its fullness or maybe not quite so full. The essence of this message is that what you take with you, truly that love within you, can maybe be stated in this way. What you take with you is your state of consciousness. You take with you the state of consciousness that you're in. You don't take with you your body. You don't take your possessions. What you take with you is you. Yet whatever level you are. Now here's the point. We can live this life of love right here, right now. Do you not see that this power of love is able to be lived right here, right now, because it's who you are. This is not a mystery anymore. This is not a mystery. You know who you are. And I'm very happy to say that this beautiful formula of life is the basic premise of my new book, my second book, What They Know, 10 Insights from the Other Side. I highly encourage you to keep this book handy, perhaps on your coffee table, and just read it again and again. The central message is the primacy and the power of love. In conclusion, I feel that these last two teachings on the primacy and the power of love are just foundational to our lives. Please listen to them again and again and again until they become you. Love God with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Love that neighbor as yourself. Whatever you do, do in love. Whatever arises, love that. Teach only love. For that is what you are. And I can only suggest to you, that's when you have the most fun. Namaste.
Thank you, Vince. That was quite a lot of wisdom in a single serving. And now it's time for our prosperity practice. We give ourselves this opportunity each week to participate in the divine flow. It's the law. When we participate in the flow, more comes back to us. We get right there in the flow of it all. So I invite you to take your offering in your hand and repeat with me our words of affirmation. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. As we, with our offerings, attract every good thing to our own lives. And as this is happening, perhaps we'll have a new song, huh? Golden.
feel the Spirit, please stand up and dance. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wear it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It'll take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my strong. I'll be asked to be all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me. I was born into it, it comes naturally, yeah. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing God's glory. I know Spirit's proud of me. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. All right, I'm gonna need your help with this next part. So I'll sing it once and then I need you to sing it with me, okay? I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Keep it going, keep it going. I'm living my life like it's golden, live 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 my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, live 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 my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, live 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 my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, live 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 my life like it's golden. Yeah, you guys sound great. Thank you for singing with me.
Wow. Thanks for helping us play that God of ourselves. Wow. Amazing. So we've come to the end. This is the end of our time together. Unfortunately, right? So let us say together our closing prayer, beginning with, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. So go out there and be that golden you. Amen.